Being young isn't easy, especially when you're trying to survive on around $15,000 a year. That's what 24-year-old Rachel Manuel earned as a full-time bookseller at Barnes & Noble after she graduated from college in 2005. So not surprisingly, Manuel had to move back home with her parents just to cover basic expenses.
It was very much paycheck to paycheck. I was, on a very strict budget. There was no going out to eat. There was, lots of bag lunches and things like that. And if I wanted to go out on a weekend, it was like I had to prepare for it in advance and go, okay. And then eventually, a lot of things just, you start to creep up on you. There was things that I just couldn't cover.
Manuel isn't alone. Many 20-somethings are struggling to find higher-paying jobs while facing pressures from student loans and credit card debt.
It was really hard. I was making, $7.25. I think when I left, I was making $8 an hour, and I always joked that I was ready to find a job where the significant punctuation mark was a comma and not a period.
The problem is that salaries have been lagging behind the rising cost of living for the past couple decades. That makes it tough to think about saving for retirement, let alone enjoy a night out with friends.
And it's hard to cut that part of my life out, just having just graduated from college and going, okay, now you don't have a social life.
But now, thanks to a new, higher-paying job for a news distributor, Manuel is starting to pay off her credit card debt. She's got her balance down to around $6,000, and she's even saving some money so she can avoid building up credit card debt again in case unexpected costs come up.
I'm definitely getting a little bit ahead of myself, and when you start to cut up those credit cards and see the balances drop down to zero, it's very gratifying and it feels very productive. And I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that without living at home.
Figuring out how to prioritize different demands on your money is the biggest first step. Here are some ideas. When you get a new, bigger salary, pretend that it doesn't exist. That way, you'll have a financial cushion between what you're buying and what you can really afford. If you have credit card debt, make a plan for paying it off. Focus on the high-interest credit card first. Don't ruin your credit score by missing student loan payments. In an emergency, loans can be deferred, but the interest will still build up, so it's an option of last resort. Set goals. Knowing that your savings will pay for vacation in the Bahamas in 4 months makes it easier to pass on those pricey restaurant meals today. I'm Kimberly Palmer, Senior Editor for U.S. News & World Report.